So today we're taking a look at the parallel park. Now the parallel park is feared by a lot of people on their driving test. However, if you get your angles right and you understand when to turn and when to line it all back up, you'll be absolutely fine with this manoeuvre. The examiner will then ask you to pull up alongside the parked car, roughly an open car door away, and then he will ask you to reverse back in behind, finishing no more than a drain's width away from the curb, and he'd also like it if you were no further than 2 car lengths back from the object car by the time you've completed the manoeuvre. So we're going to do our usual routine when we move away, the POM routine. So we're going to take first gear, we're going to set our biting point nice and low, we're going to take a look around the car, we're going to take our handbrake off, we're going to signal, and then we're going to check our right blind spot before we move the car out. Now it's just a nice low clutch, keeping the car at a nice low speed, and just bringing ourselves round into that position where we're an open car door away from the parked car. We're then going to take reverse. We're then going to take a full look around the car again, and we need to make sure that we've taken the rear of the car past the rear of the parked car. Now at this stage, just take a little pause, have another little look around before we start our turn. Now a little tip for you here, if you look at 12 o'clock dead ahead, and then turn your head to 2 o'clock, take a reference point at that point. So for me, the big tree in the hedge is my 2 o'clock position. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move that steering wheel round as I move. I'm going to keep my observations up, and I'm just keeping my eye on the front for when that 2 o'clock reference point's in front of me. And then I'm going to hold the car. I'm going to have another good look around, just make sure I've not missed anything. And now I need to straighten my steering wheel. So as I start to move, my steering comes back, and now I need to get myself in towards the curb. So this curb is going to be roughly a drain's width away in my little blind spot mirror. When I begin the turn to the right, here it is. There's my turn. I'm bringing the car around and then straightening the car once I'm straight. And then bringing the car to a stop, my handbrake and my neutral to show the examiner that you're happy with the result of the park. So a few little tips for you. What I like to do is when I'm deciding on the first angle is I actually look dead ahead of me at 12 o'clock, and then I will physically turn my head before I start to turn the wheel and look at 2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock on the clock face, you'll always be able to find some sort of reference point. So for instance, just then it was the tree for me. I'm then going to walk the car round from 12 o'clock to that 2 o'clock position. Then I know that I'm roughly at the right angle for me to be able to come back in towards the curb. Once we're coming back towards the curb, the next step then will always be to use the blind spot mirror to make sure you're a drain's width away from the curb before you start the right turn. If you use those 2 tips at those 2 angles, then you should be able to do this manoeuvre no problem.